Hi, my name is Fraser and welcome to Graphic Card Repairs. So today we have a Palit GameRock RTX 3090 in for repairs. This card came in from another repair center in the UAE, so you can see that there's no backplate on this card. So this is a nice looking card. Looks like there are some diamonds placed on it, but let's continue. So let's measure the resistance and check what we can find. So measuring the 12 volt PCIe, and we don't have a short. Let's measure the 3.3 volt. And we don't have a short. Let's measure the 12 volt 8 pin, starting with the first one on the left. And we have kilo ohms and rising. Measuring the second 8 pin, and again we have kilo ohms and rising. Now let's measure the third 8 pin, and we have kilo ohms and rising. So the resistances look good to me. Let's put this card on the test bench and check if this card is detected. The GPU is on the bench, so let's boot it up. And you can see that the fans are not spinning and the card is not detected. So maybe something wrong with the voltages. Let's put it on my workbench. So I have removed the cooler and let's inspect the card. I can already see that both the fan connectors are melted. Someone has applied a lot of heat without covering it up. So a complete mess. The rest of the card looks okay from this angle. However, let's switch to the microscope. Okay, so looking at the MOSFETs, they look kind of scraped. It's looking very funny. Um, it's not like, or something has brushed, something was brushed against these MOSFET. So the fan connectors look in very bad shape. I guess no precaution was taken when applying heat. It looks like it's melted completely. The white one looks a bit okay. Okay, let's switch to the back of the card. So there's flux everywhere. Whoever has worked on this card must be an amateur trying to learn repairs. The way flux is spread around, it looks like this board was deep fried in flux and then tried to clean it up. So I don't know what the person was trying to do. You can see traces of flux almost everywhere on the board. Okay, time to measure the resistance on the board. Let's start with the first inductor coil, and we have kilo ohms and rising. The second one looks good as well. The capacitors are charging fine, and the third one we don't have a short. So this shunt is connected to the 8 pin and we don't have a short there as well. Let's measure the 5 volt rail and we have a short. It's a dead short. Looks like a dead short to me. Looking at the 1.8 volt inductor, we have kilo ohms and rising. Measuring the PEX rail, we have 6.5 ohms, which is good. Let's measure the memory. And we have 50 ohms, which is normal. Let's take a look at the short on the 5 volt line. Looks like a dead shot. Let's look at it closer. Okay, so I have connected a jumper to this 5 volt inductor, and I'm going to inject 1 volt and 4.5 amps. Let's take a look under the thermal camera and see what lights up. Injecting voltage now. We can see that there's something that is glowing there. It's not very clear, so we may have to do some alcohol test because it's just a light smudge. I can see a mark on the left of the MOSFET, but I don't think that is the cause. Let's apply some isopropyl alcohol. Let's clean this up a bit first. Okay, let's inject voltage again. You can see next to the resistor, the alcohol is evaporating quickly, but I don't think there's anything there. But you can see next to the resistor, it's, as I apply voltage, that alcohol evaporates from there. Okay, this is getting a bit tricky, as if it's playing games with me, games of deception. Let's apply voltage again. Now I can see it on the MOSFET as well. Can you see that move on the MOSFET? Let me try again. I think the MOSFET is the one that's the culprit and the cause of our problem, or the cause of the short. Let's remove this MOSFET and continue from there. Okay, our suspected MOSFET has been removed. Let's check if our short is gone. Our short is gone. The resistance is low, but that should be okay. Okay, looks good to me. Okay, so I missed to hit the record button while installing the MOSFET. So you guys must be wondering how that MOSFET got in there. Well, I installed it. You can imagine it's kind of behind the scenes stuff. My bad. Okay, let's measure the 5 volt inductor once again. And we don't have a short. The readings are low, but that should be good enough. That's fine to me. Okay, so I have connected my custom power supply. Let's check if we have all the voltages. We have 12 volts. Let's take a look at the 5 volt. and we have 0. So we are still missing the 5-volt line. Something is causing a 5-volt to go missing. Let's investigate. Okay, so after a bit of digging, this is what I've found. So this is a 5-volt buck regulator, and we are missing the enable signal on this regulator. So that enable signal comes from this transistor. It's a dual transistor, and that's the resistor which is connected to this pin, and this resistor, it's connected to this pin. Both these resistors are 100K resistors. So one connects from the 12 volt 8 pin, and the other connects from the 12 volt PCIe. So let's measure and check if we get our 12 volt. So this one is from the 12 volt 8 pin. Turning it on, and we have 12 volts on this side, and on the other we have our 0.6 volts. Now let's take a look at the other one. So this one connects from the 12 volt PCIe, and we don't have anything. Okay, so our 12 volt on the PCIe side is missing. Let's take a look. Let's trace that 12 volt from the PCIe. Now I have already found the fault. Let me show you. Let me check this side of the inductor. Let me switch over to the microscope so you can see it clearly. I want to show you this inductor. I think that's good enough. Okay, so first let's measure this side of the inductor, and we have 12 volts. Now let's measure the other side, and we have nothing. So on one side of the inductor we have 12 volts, but the other we have nothing. Let's replace this inductor. Okay, now let's check if we have a connection from the 12 volt PCIe to the other side of the inductor, and we have a connection. So let me connect the power supply back again and test if all the voltages are available on our card. Let's check how many amps it draws now. So I've just connected my power supply. Let's turn it on. And it's drawing about 2 amps. So 2 amps means it's all our voltages are present, but let's measure it with the multimeter. So let's measure the 5 volts. And we have 5 volts. Do we have 1.8? Yes, we do. What about PEX? We have PEX 2, memory. We have memory. Let's check the core, and core is also present. So all voltages are present. So let's put this card on our test bench and check if we get a picture. Let's put the card out. Okay, looks like our card is detected. It will boot again. Do we have a picture? Yes. So let me put this card back together and test this card again. Okay, so I have replaced both the burnt fan connectors from my donor board. Let's take a look under the microscope. Let me show it to you there. Okay, so both the connectors have been replaced. Okay, looks like one of the pin is bent. Let me straighten that up. Okay, that looks much better. Let's get rid of some of the flux that's between the pins here. Let me pour some isopropyl alcohol. So if you're wondering, this is isopropyl alcohol 99%, 99.9. Okay, so I'm going to assemble the card now. Once I'm done with this, that looks much better. So the card has been assembled, but you can see that there's no back plate here. So I installed a couple of screws. I still have 2 more screws to be added. So these are the ones that I've added. So all the screws were not sent to me, but just while testing, I want to make sure that I have. So I'll show you the screws, the box that I have. Let me install these 2 screws first. So this is the box, and these are the spare screws that I got it from AliExpress. Okay, so let's get this card on the test bench and test the GPU now. Okay, so let's boot this card now. Let's check if we get a picture, and we do. We have a picture. Let's boot into the drive, the correct drive, once we get our grub. Okay, let me select Windows. So Windows is loading. I'll just wait for it to start. Okay, there you go. Let's open Device Manager. Oh, not this. Let me get rid of this. Device Manager. There you go. I'll just wait for the drivers to load. There you go. Okay, so the drivers have loaded. Everything looks good so far. So for this card, I will not be running all the tests together, only Heavens, as it does not have a backplate installed. So I just want to check if there are any artifacts and things like that. But I don't think there's anything else, but I won't overstress this card because of that backplate. That shouldn't be a problem, but I just want to be a little bit cautious. So opening Heavens now. Okay, there you go. I don't see any artifacts, which is a good sign. So the power draw, if you see, is a bit low, but that's fine because this test is running at 720p and it's only Heavens that's running. If I had to pull out Formark, it would run at full power. But the temperatures are looking normal for this particular test. It's looking normal. So I won't be running this test for long, but just about 15 minutes. And that's about it for this particular card. So I won't be running this test for more than 15 minutes on this card. I've been told by that repair center that they have all the screws and the back plate. So, but I will still be sending this card with the screws installed, so they can keep the screws and probably replace it when they install the back plate on this card. So this card is a fix. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. So don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section. So thank you for watching. You have a good day. Bye for now. Cheers.